So in July, I made over $232,000 using Skool. And in this video, I want to break down exactly how I did it, what systems I used, what traffic channels we used, what sales systems we used. And I will also talk about what we're going to do now in August to try to trump these numbers even more. And the good thing to know about this as well is that, as you can see on the screen here, right? So it's $232,000, but we also had 80% profit margins. So we're not spending a bunch of money on cold ads. I want to talk about that as well. And we also had, on top of this, around like $50,000 in affiliate commissions coming in from this as well. So really it was around $280,000 coming in. And it was, the interesting thing about this that I want to talk about with you about is that it wasn't even that of a good month when it comes to certain sales or rather traffic metrics. So let's dive into it. I just want to talk about traffic and sales because this is big. And then I want to talk about the August focus as well, right? So the first thing I want to show you here, right, is our sales. And if we compare June, for example, with July, we can see that we had more calls in June versus July. And we had just about the same amount of sales, and the show-up rate went from 66% to 72%, and the closing rate went from 34 to 42, which is pretty interesting. We didn't collect as much contracted new value, but we collected more cash. And this is new cash, by the way. This is not rollovers from previous months, right? This is just new cash collected. So we got more full pays, we got less split pays, and we got more deposits as well. And so this is also why, right? Even though we only collected 142K in new cash, we had 232K coming in from previous customers and also sales that we did last month, right? But this is pretty interesting. So we had like a worse month in terms of booked calls coming in, but we stepped up the sales process quite a bit, which is really, really cool. We increased the show-up rate, we increased the closing rate, and we collected more cash, which is pretty dope. So this is why I think it's pretty interesting to talk more about the sales and also the traffic coming in, right? And so let's do that right now. So high ticket versus low ticket, right? We made the move from low ticket to high ticket earlier this year, and it was a game changer for us. The reason why we moved away from low ticket was because, first of all, we thought what we were selling was worth more money. So that was a big thing. We had a course where we're teaching people low ticket. We sold it for $100 per month, $150 per month, really. And some people came in, didn't do anything, but we had quite a lot of customers last year who came in and started building businesses using the information we were teaching. And they were making 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. We even had customers making 6 figures per month using that info. And we had on average people staying for around 3-4 months, right? So they paid us like $400 to build a business that made a lot more. And we also learned with low ticket that if people mainly buy your online education business for the information, right, which most people do, then it might take them 3 to 4 months to go through the information, right? But after that, why would they continue to pay, right? So then they leave. So no matter what, people were leaving after 3 or 4 months because they bought the information. Then once they had consumed the information, they left, right? So moving from the low ticket to high ticket was a game changer. We could make more money. We could attract people who invested more money simply by changing the price of our product, and we built the product as well. So we're not selling the same product now as we did for $150 per month. We have a brand new product where we teach high ticket as well. And just by the mere fact of changing from low ticket to high ticket, we also started to attract more high ticket customers. I don't know how that works really. Like when you position it more as a high ticket thing, you start selling the high ticket thing, more people that can afford that start to come your way as well. And with that, you get higher quality customers as well. So since they've invested more money, now they're more invested on actually go through a program and implement everything that they've learned as well. So we could collect more cash, we could escape churn, we could focus on the sales side of things and not have to worry about the churning thing, and we can have a really good product and then just traffic and sales after that and just go to town with it, right? So sales is going great. Our process is getting dialed in. We increased our show-up rate and our conversions, as I just showed you, but we just need more calls, right? That's basically it. So I need to step it up when it comes to traffic side of things, and I'm gonna talk to you about what the plan is for us now in August to get more traffic and to get more calls and more leads coming in. But this month was just a great testimony of that. Our sales process is dialed in and the sales team is doing an amazing job. and they were just squeezing everything out of the leads that we had coming in. Like, we have a setter now who calls the leads. We have a follow-up system. We make sure that we record all of the calls, so we track all of the calls. Like, we have daily sales meetings. We're doing all of this to just really dial in the sales. And so it feels really good to have that. You have good product at the back end. You know that it's working, right? And you can sell it, and people are getting results from it. Then you have the sales process dialed in, and then the next step is obviously the front end, just to get the more traffic coming in. Now I'm going to speak a bit closer to the mic here because the train is coming. So traffic in July was honestly pretty bad. Like, we had less calls, less leads, but we still managed to make more money, right? So that's pretty crazy. So if you look at my channel, right, for July, I didn't crush it. But Skool and YouTube, together with retargeting ads, it generates sales and makes money. So if anything, that's something you should copy. Like, using Skool as a traffic channel as well. The discovery page on Skool is absolutely insane. And then also, when you sell high ticket and you do YouTube, you don't need to have massive amounts of numbers. We didn't have massive amounts of numbers last month on our YouTube channel, but it was enough to generate around 100 sales calls, and we made 232K from it, plus 50K in affiliate, so close to 300K by not really doing that much traffic, which is pretty insane. But now we're gonna take YouTube and organic traffic now very seriously going forward. Like, we're going all into it, because if we now can get 10, 20, 30, 50,000 views per video on our YouTube channel for people, our potential customers, then it will absolutely blow up, and we can 100% go to $1 million a month. Needle movers, right? So as long as we focus on the right input, the output will take care of itself. So it's like basically traffic, sales, and selling high ticket. The product and service delivery is dialed in, it's working, so it's just time to scale it, right? Yeah, that's basically it. Now when we're selling courses as well, right? Maybe you're doing the same. The product is pretty much automated. Immediately when you make a sale, you have a digital product, a course material they can go through, and you can have Q&A calls that everybody can join, and you can have a community aspect as well where they can ask questions and talk to them. So it's just like, it's really nice to sell high ticket info, because immediately when you make a sale, you don't have to worry about that you have to do a bunch of service delivery. It's basically automated using the digital side of things, which is great. And then also on this, that I can mention as well, right, on the needle mover side of things, it's just just focus as the owner of the business. In the beginning, you do everything, right? You wear all of the hats. You do the building the product, you do the sales, you do the marketing, you do the service delivery, you do the support calls, you do the everything, right? And then as time goes on, we're like 19 months, I think, now into this business with course. In the beginning, I did everything myself, took it to like 50K per month. Then I hired a community manager, then a salesperson, then more closers, and then a sales manager. And then I got some help with the content side of things as well. So it's like, over time, right, try to identify where your time is best spent. And I think it is on the front end. So, and the pure back end. So it's like you're building the product on the back end, making that really good as the owner of the company, and then you're just spending all of your rest of your time basically in front of the camera right now to create content and do that. And then everything in between, like handling the leads, doing the selling, managing of the customers and supporting all of that should be automated to other people, and then you can focus on the front and on the back end, make sure the product is really good, and then just focus on traffic. I think that's pretty much the ultimate thing to do. And then traffic increase, right? So let's talk about that next. What I'm actually focusing on when it comes to increase the leads and calls that we're generating using organic platforms. Because we stopped doing cold ads last year. Never want to go back to that. I only want to do organic and do some retargeting ads. And we have a small budget per month that we spend on retargeting ads. The rest is just purely organic, right? So we want to go even harder into organic traffic, higher quality content with higher frequency. So we post at least twice per week here on the YouTube channel with really, really good content. And we only spend about $5,000 per month into retargeting ads. And it's a time for us to refresh those as well, because we've been running them for a while. So in the big scheme of things, spending 5K per month into ads, retargeting ads, when we're making 280 back is pretty insane. The rest of it is just purely organic and paying the team. And that's how we can keep 80% plus profit margins for this as well. So YouTube, we want to post 2 well-edited scripted videos per week, and then once in a while I want to do a video like this as well, where I basically just record myself, do a keynote presentation, and that's basically it. But that's the whole plan I'm going forward for us, is to just 2 well edited, scripted, and also tracking those videos really closely as well with those KPIs that I will talk about in a sec. And then also we're going to start posting short form again. I haven't done that in a long time, so we're testing out the new short form format, where it's basically a Q&A format, and we'll start posting that at the time of this recording very, very soon, probably tomorrow or the day after. And we'll post 2 short forms every single day on Meta or Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. We'll do that every single day, 7 days per week, and we'll see how that performs. Now, here's a pretty interesting thing, right? And this is something I want to show you guys as well. So when we post YouTube videos, right, there's basically 3 KPIs that we want to keep track of, like the most important ones. It's click-through rate, it's impressions, and it's average view duration. So I want to show you guys an example of this. So if we just go to my YouTube channel here, and I can just close everything else, I can blur out my screen, boom, here we go. If we go to my YouTube studio, here's the recent video we posted. We made a video about SAM. So if I go to analytics here, really the main thing we want to look at when it comes to YouTube is, first of all, the impressions. So how many impressions did this video get? And then like how much is YouTube actually promoting it? And you can see that it's promoting it pretty well in the beginning, and then it's kind of stagnant, right? And then also the click-through rate. So obviously the more impressions you get, the harder it is to get a good click-through rate. Our click-through rate, like any CTR over 5%, I would say is really good. And obviously then you want to have as much impressions as possible. And then the final metric to look at is the average view duration. So I think that's on our engagement here. Yeah. So you can see the average percentage viewed was 27% of this video. So the video is 16 minutes and 30 seconds, and average view duration was 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So that's a 20% average view duration. If you can have over 30, that's really good. If you can have over 40, that's amazing. If you can have 50, that's crazy good. So 27, it's not the best, but it's not super bad. So that's probably why this video performed okay, right? On my channel, which is basically 84,000 impressions. It's a lot more than we've been doing before. And the click-through rate is also okay. And yeah, the views is also okay for my channel. That's good actually. Like a week in or something like that, almost, yeah, 7.5K. Why didn't it perform better though? This is what's interesting about these KPIs. Probably if this video had a better average view duration, let's say people were watching like 8 minutes of this video, or yeah, 8 minutes, so basically 50% average view duration, then YouTube would basically see that this was a really good video, right? And it would start pushing it more, so we would get more impressions from it. Because YouTube is constantly looking at how many people has seen this video, the packaging, right? The title and the thumbnail, how many people clicked on it. So 5.7% is actually not that bad. But then also the average view duration. Once they actually clicked it, how much did they actually watch from the video? And the more we can push this up, the better, right? So it all just comes down to creating valuable videos that people want to watch, and then make the packaging really good. And if we have good click-through rate and good average view duration, and we have a good title and good thumbnail, then we'll get more impressions and get more views, right? So the better videos we make, the more YouTube will push it, essentially. And then also we can use testing tools that I will show in a sec as well. So if this click-through rate is low, we can test the new thumbnail. If the impressions is low, normally that's because the title and the thumbnail combination wasn't good enough. Like people, like they didn't really want to click on it. And it's also due to the average view duration, right? If you have bad title, bad thumbnail, so nobody clicks on it, and then if somebody clicks on it, they watch like 5% of the video, YouTube is never gonna push it. But if you have a great title, a great thumbnail that a lot of people click on, and when they do click on it, they watch more than half of the video, like 50%, and then they go and watch another YouTube video on your other channel as well, that means that people really like the video, and now YouTube will just promote it like crazy. So if we go back here then, the final point, the packaging, idea, title, thumbnail, A/B test our different packaging to improve impressions and CTR. And we use a tool for this called thumbnailtest.com. It's really cool. Basically what you can do is that you can run tests for title and thumbnail. So let's say I want to go into this video, then I can run a thumbnail test or a title test. And you can do both as well, but we always do it separately. And then let's say I want to do a thumbnail test here. I can upload different thumbnails, and yeah, I can run the test, and I can also optimize this test based on, like, I can tell them how often they should run the test, like every hour they should change the thumbnail and run it for an hour, and then we can decide like to pick the winner based on different metrics as well. So if we go to past tests here, like here we tested, this was a title test, I think, and this was a thumbnail test. So here you can see the different metrics that we had, right? We tested some different thumbnails, this thumbnail won, and then you can see all the different metrics here as well. So you can see how many views they had individually, the click-through rate. So this one had the most click-through rate. This one had the lowest, or one of the lowest average view duration though. So even though this thumbnail had less click-through rate here, quite a bit less click-through rate, it still had a higher average view duration, which is interesting. And you can see average percentage viewed here, right? So yeah, this is a great tool. So that's basically what we're focusing now on. The focus is just like more organic, more retargeting, better retargeting ads, new ones, do YouTube twice per week, short form, keep track of our YouTube KPIs and packaging, and that's basically it. Now, if you want to learn more about what we do, maybe you want to start your own online education business, or maybe you already have one, or maybe you're stuck in agency or selling done-for-you work, go and check out our landing page. We have some really cool stuff. You want to learn what we do to make over, close to 300K per month right now with online education business, and helping a bunch of people to make pretty good money with online education as well. Go and check out this page, and I'll see you there. Let's go.